Hello, good day to you. It's Talkin really, and the story today is in The Guardian. It is the sad fact that because of all this, there is going to be a lot of people who are employed and they're getting sick, and they're going to discover that the benefit system is actually not there for them. The Guardian article, it says the middle classes are about to discover the cruelty of Britain's benefit system. A decade of cuts has ripped apart the safety net. People on decent salaries hit by the you-know-what are in for a shock. Millions of people are about to discover something that they didn't know about Britain's life. There is no longer a safety net. People who have paid tax and national insurance for years and never been near the social security system, and also probably voted Tory, will be turning to it in their hour of need. Yet far too late, like trapeze artists falling through the air, they will find that the net beneath them has been lowered dangerously close to the ground and is badly torn. If these people once believed relentlessly misleading tabloid tales of benefit scroungers, they will have a rude awakening. They will find that when Ian Duncan Smith turned the screw on Social Security in 2012, he was right to warn claimants, this is not an easy life anymore, chum, as if it ever was. The Chancellor has done well to honour 80% of wages for those furloughed from shut down businesses up to £2,500 a month, yet no one knows how many that covers and at what cost. But it was a macroeconomic necessity. One worry is the incapacity of the HMRC workforce, with 15,600 staff cut and 157 local offices with local knowledge closed. Can they pay the wage subsidy to companies in time to save them? Many firms could still close, sending millions into unemployment. The 15% self-employed are urgently seeking a matching plan, with the Treasury under intense pressure for a rapid response. Most of the self-employed are low paid. Their median income is just £10,000, according to Paul Johnson of the Institute for Fiscal Studies. Some won't qualify if they have earning partners, but many will be forced into sham self-employment by tax-cheating companies. They will be desperate and angry. The Resolution Foundation wants them paid 80% of average earnings over the last 3 years, or they will work through illness rather than starve on the £94 a week SSP. Now, let's hope that injustice is fixed, but even then, watch the shock as millions fall on the untender mercies of the DWP to discover what happened to benefits in the last 10 years. While never over-generous, by 2010 Labour had greatly lifted the living standards for low earners, especially for children. Gordon Brown's tax credits raised 1 million children and 1 million pensioners out of poverty. Since then, since 2010, according to new research, children have lost a quarter of the support they had. Never, all in this together, Osborne justified it by raining down abuse on low-paid families as he took out a staggering nearly $40 billion from benefits. The hypocrisy, as the current editor of the London Evening Standard, he ran Christmas collections for poor families. Some cuts were secretive, uprating benefits by a meaner CPI, not our RPI, inflation rate, a 4-year freeze, and axing council tax support. Some cuts made a noise, such as the bedroom tax, costing some families £14 a week for a spare room. Now, new claimants confronting universal credit's obstacles may join the half who find themselves propelled to food banks. Many new arrivals will join the 60% of claimants falling into debt and rent arrears whilst waiting at least 5 weeks for their first payment. As with HMRC, a stripped-down DWP workforce is at risk of being overwhelmed. Some talking to the Treasury are shocked to find its staff are clueless about the meanness of benefit system they have cut again and again. This explains the Chancellor's sudden extra £20 a week and slight easing of housing benefit, because they had no idea. Torsten Bell, head of Resolution Foundation, said people on 50,000 salaries have been anxiously asking him about benefit rates. They're in for a shock, he says. Unlike the previous tax credit system, universal credit only allows for savings of £6,000, and it takes deductions from savings up to $16,000. People hoping this is only a temporary thing will be distraught at having to use up their rainy day funds, often saved for years for a deposit on a home. The foundation is lobbying urgently to have this savings means tested drop. Hill said a couple with 2 children will get £266 and take from that £115. The average amount of the housing benefit falls short of rental payments. Many new claimants will run up rent arrears. Expect them to plunge immediately into poverty, miles below the $384 minimum income standard for a family of 4. Some singles will get a shock too. Under 35s will be living on £73 and only funded for a room in a shared flat. Many who see themselves as middle class will confront that reality of Britain's non-existent safety net. One piece of advice from all of these experts have been to apply immediately to limit the delays and debts. Too many will wait, borrow from family, deny it's happening to them, fielding the stigma. Apply at once. These millions discovering DWP brutality at first hand will no longer be deceived by the old poison, shaming those on benefits as loafers, frauds, and not people like us. Benefits often penury, not a life of Riley. So there we go. The middle classes are going to get some comeuppance, and they're going to discover that life on benefits, for those people that have to have it, they're going to have a shock. And I say, well, more fool them, because they all voted Tory. Right, that's it. Have a good day, and bye for now.